All right, everybody, we got a fun one for you tonight. We're listing our top 5 Madonna songs.
Welcome to Top 5 with Joey Cassata. Starring Joey Cassata.
Team Jesus, my friend.
No! Am I walking around park?
Co-starring Ernie Palooza. And the Doctor, Tommy Snyder.
Goddamn.
Now here's your host, Joey Cassata.
All right, everybody, welcome back to another episode of Top 5. I'm your host, Joey Cassata.
And I'm Papa, and today I'll be preaching.
And you are definitely no virgin, that's for sure. What's up, Bert? But wait a minute, hold on. What does this shirt say? What does it say? With a body like this, who needs what? Hair? That's true. With a body like that, you don't need hair. If you had my hair, forget it. You'd have the women fainting in the street as you pass them.
Yep.
What's happening? What's going on this week?
Absolutely nothing. Nothing to report.
I had a pretty uneventful week myself. I just, I don't know, I just recorded with, what's his name again? I don't know, Ace Frehley from Kiss. I laid down some tracks for his new record. Crazy experience. We'll do a whole episode on that once the album comes out. I got so many great stories from the session. Ace is one of a kind. I've hung out with him on many occasions. We jammed a couple times, but this was the first time I really was with him, for 10 hours. It was something, definitely some good stories to talk about.
Is he busy on May 6th?
May 6th. Well, I happen to be busy on May 6th. Why? What are you doing on May 6th?
I was asking, is Ace busy as well?
Think he wants to come jam?
We can use him.
That is true. Ernie's referring to on May 6th this year. We got the boys in my old band Playground back together. We're heading to the studio. We're jamming. We're going to relive the past. We're going to jam on all our old songs, all the originals that we wrote. Can't wait to see the guys. We're going to hang out afterwards. It's going to be a blast. Who knows? Maybe some upcoming shows with the boys this summer. That's the plan. If we can keep it together that long. If Ernie, our manager, can keep us together that long. Ernie, this is on you.
You almost said mascot.
Manager/mascot. Well, Ernie, you tell me, what's the plan? How are you going to keep this thing from falling apart again?
Only studio, and then keep you all away from each other as much as possible.
But we're going out for drinks and dinner right after.
Oh, then it's over.
Oh, shoot. Studio's going to go great. We're like this. We go out to dinner, we drink, boop, we broke up again.
You can't stand each other.
Can't stand you. But we forgot we can't stand each other. So we have to remind ourselves of that.
Every 30 years.
Yeah. Yeah, the Playground, it's been 31 years since we broke up. 1992. We played our last show at L'Amour in Brooklyn. Were you there, Ern?
Of course I was there.
February 92. Crazy. I remember Steve had, what the hell car Steve had? Like a giant Lincoln with the giant trunk. I could literally fit both of my bass drums in his trunk. It was crazy.
They drove around playing.
You're right. But listen, if we could get this together, we're going to do something local in Brooklyn. It's going to be a big party for all the old crowd. It's going to be great. But anyway, we got a great topic tonight. But before we do that, of course, we got to play the little game that we love to play called Bernie. What are you drinking tonight?
Tonight, I am going with my tried and true Heineken.
Heineken Zeros again. Interesting. I actually tried one of those not that long ago. Little Brian Z is on the non-alcohol beers now. When I was in LA, he gave me one of those. Not bad. I'm not a big fan of regular Heineken. It has a little bit of a bitter taste. Those are actually pretty good.
No hangover.
I'm going a little light tonight. I'm going with the beautiful Mike's Hard Lemonade Seltzer right here. Little lovely, what we got here? Little strawberry tonight. Delicioso. Very nice. Perfect for this occasion. So we got a good one tonight. Big, obviously, listen, we grew up in the 80s. 80s is our go-to. We love to do all things and everything 80s. And one of the biggest stars from the 80s, of course, probably the biggest female star. I'll call it of the 80s, right? Madonna.
I definitely agree.
Maybe Whitney's the only one close, right? But that was late 80s anyway, right? Anyone close?
Madonna is the only like
100%.
Whitney
And
later.
right. So again, biggest female star of the 80s. First album came out in 83, I believe, right?
Yeah.
So we're gonna do our top 5 Madonna songs. We got no Ernie rules tonight because again, I don't know how deep we're gonna get into the catalog. I don't know. I do love Madonna, especially Madonna's early stuff. Definitely loved all the hits. I love a lot of songs, but I don't know every album. God, like I know Kiss albums or Van Halen albums or Zeppelin albums, but I do love 80s pop. If I could pick a genre of music, besides like hard rock that I like, 80s pop is my go-to. And I think yours too, right, Ern?
Yeah, well, I mean, and the 5 biggest stars of the 80s with Michael Jackson, Madonna, Prince, George Michael, and Whitney, I would never have guessed that the one left standing out of the 5 would be Madonna.
Jesus Christ, that's true. But have you seen her lately? There's a funny meme going around right now. I'll post it. That who would have thought if you traveled back in time or traveled ahead in time that Roseanne would look better than Madonna right now? Madonna looks very, very weird right now, right?
She does not look old. She looks alien.
Yeah, she doesn't look human anymore. Again, I don't understand what people are thinking when they go through this plastic surgery. Are they trying to look younger? I don't get it. I don't understand what they're doing. Everyone has the exact same look. They have this weird pulled alien look. It's great. It's so weird. Like I don't know if she has cheek implants. She looks so alien to me. You can't even look at her anymore.
It's like the Twilight Zone episode.
Yes. Wait, what do you mean, the pigs?
No, with the when a girl gets to a certain age, she's gonna pick her look for the rest of her life.
Oh, yes. Oh, that's great. I thought you meant, the one I thought you meant. When he wakes up and he sees everyone looks like pigs. But it's funny, like Madonna was so big, even 90s and with Vogue and all that stuff. I feel like I thought Madonna was gonna be, transcending generations. I feel like she really hasn't. What do you think?
The hits were a lot less, but I do feel she became a better singer. Like her singing ability increased over time. Hits that count ultimately in the long run anyway.
I agree, but I'm saying more like, I think people look back at all the other names you mentioned, Prince and Michael Jackson, and those catalogs are revered as incredible catalogs. I don't feel like today's generation knows Madonna like that stuff. You think?
Sometimes dying is the best thing you could do for your career.
Yeah, crazy. You're right. And on that note, let's dive into the list, Aaron. Let's go. You're number 5. What do you got?
Would you believe it's from 1998?
Really?
I chose Ray of Light.
That's a good one.
This was when I first started being a Hamptons king in 1998. And I loved this song without even knowing it was Madonna. It was all over the place for a while, and I did not even realize it was a Madonna song. It was techno pop. I mean,
Right.
it
No,
was
you're right.
all around us at that time.
And that was her first one of that kind of techno popish kind of thing, right?
Yeah. As I said, I loved it for a while before I was even told it was Madonna.
Yeah. Just to backtrack on something you said, can you define what a Hamptons king is? What would that be?
I was the most important person out there. Everybody was coming out there to hang out with me.
Well, what house was that?
98. This is crap.
That Spider House?
No, this is when I started being a share.
So right after Spider, right? That's the Box Spring house?
I think you mean the waterbed house? The house with the waterbed? That was the first.
Oh,
the first.
yes. Okay.
And I can't even remember what house this was.
Again, what Ernie's talking about, every summer we lived in New York, of course, and out in Long Island in the Hamptons, we used to get a summer house every year to hang out and party. It was incredible. Ernie was the first one to start doing that. And then we all kind of joined in. I think my first house was 2000, I think. Right?
Yeah.
2000 was
2000 when you joined, and that was my favorite house.
Yeah, that was a great house. Yeah, the volleyball court.
Volleyball court, black with a beach with sand.
Yeah, we basically had a beach and a pool, and what a great house. Great, crazy house. Yeah, great pick, Ray of Light, but you're right. It was like a club song back then.
Yep.
Go to CPI and hear some Ray of Light.
God, I love CPI.
Me and you,
that was great.
we got lost coming out of there.
Yep. Well, it disappeared. It was like the Harry Potter.
So what happened was, me and Ernie we're not techno people. We were at this techno club, right? And we decide to leave because usually those clubs go to like 4, 5, 7, 8, 9 in the morning, right? It was a little getting late for us, about 3. We said, all right, let's get out of here. We walked out. We started walking down the road and did we just realize, oh, we don't know where we're going? And we turned around and the club was gone. It was almost like the episode of Seinfeld when George goes into the club with all the models and then leaves and tries to bring Jerry back and the club is gone.
Yep.
That was the interior of the club. The actual club disappeared like it almost turned invisible.
It's a thin air.
That freaky. That was weird.
My favorite CPI story, if you remember, we were all not us so much, but everybody in the house was all I guess we used to call them juice heads, even though that
oh yes,
that kind of gives an intuition that you're doing steroids. That's not necessarily the case, but everybody got into super working out.
Right.
And it became very popular in CPIs, like Jersey Shore, for example, the TV show, to take the guys to take the shirt off in the club and dancing like that.
100%. Yep.
Well, everybody's doing that. And so when I take my shirt off, everybody else around me has got that shirt. I take my shirt off. The bouncers grab me. Oh, no, you got to put your shirt on. Really?
I remember that like it was just, oh my God. Didn't we do a shot too with the waitress and I slapped you on the back of the head? You threw it back up right onto the tray.
Yeah, that wasn't my fault. You hit me at that moment. I'm trying to swallow. Of course, you knocked it right out of my mouth.
Before you could swallow it, I hit it right back into the tray.
right on her. And do you remember Dean falling down the little steps in the interior, hitting his head on every step?
Was that CPI?
Yeah.
Oh, good God. That was good stuff. Great stories. Oh my God.
Remember CPI had in the back this relaxed, easy listening, relaxed room all the way in the back?
Yes.
What a great club that was.
Crazy. Was that still there?
What CPI?
Yeah.
They closed down a long time ago.
CPI was Canoe Place Inn, right?
Yep.
Why the hell was it Canoe Place Inn?
Not a clue.
I don't either. Crazy. But did you hear the story that the barn might be back?
I heard this story. I don't know if it's an April Fool's joke or not, but
right. We don't have confirmation, right?
But what else can it be? I mean, think of that space.
I mean, it's nothing. What do you mean the space? It's an empty lot with a tent.
But it's such a cash cow.
Oh, of course. Well, we got to look into it. And if it is open, we're going this summer. We got to figure out a way to get Billy there this summer. He needs a barn. Now that he's single Billy again, he needs a good barn.
The article also said it's not only open Sundays, but it's going to be open Saturdays as well.
Right, as the Drift, right?
Yeah, but I mean, what if you?
Oh, it doesn't. Who cares? Right, call it whatever the hell he wants. It's the same thing, right?
Saturday is a lot better.
So we will revisit this story later in the summer if we get to go to the barn again.
Maybe we'll broadcast.
We might not survive a barn.
Nope.
All right. Great pick, number 5, Ernie. All right, so my number 5, most of my stuff is going to be early. Like even Ray of Light, I completely forgot about that. I got to go again. Obviously, probably her most popular album, Like a Virgin. Always loved the song Angel. Great song. Obviously, the title track is incredible too, but Angel was always one of those songs that I loved. I don't even know. Was that a single, Ernie?
That was a #1 hit.
Was it really?
That for some reason, this stuff interests me. It's not on the greatest hits.
Yeah, I don't even remember it as a hit. I feel like nobody talks about that song. You never hear that song on the radio ever.
I mean, who knows? Maybe it was written by somebody and they got into a money dispute or something.
Yeah.
But none of her greatest hits albums or compilations that song can be found.
And it's a #1 single.
Yeah.
How many #1s did she have on that record?
2. But Material Girl did hit #2. So that real close.
Right, but again, even a song like Material Girl feels like a much bigger hit than Angel, right?
Material Girl had that video. That's why.
Right.
And it's a great song. Material Girl is a new wave song, and I should stop talking about it.
Yeah, me too. All right, come on. What do you got? Number 4.
Number 4. This song is actually there's another person on this song, but I don't know who it is. Like a Prayer from 1989.
Oh, yeah.
Life is a mystery. Everyone must stand alone. I hear you call my name, and it feels like home. When you call my name, it's like a little prayer. I'm down on my knees. I wanna take you there in the midnight hour. I can feel your power, just like a prayer. You know I'll take you there.
And I particularly remember having to be there in front of MTV when this video was debuting. Everybody had to be home to watch this video when it came out.
Oh, yes.
I mean, and what a controversy this video started.
Oh, my God.
She's singing in front of burning crosses at one time in the video and stuff like that. I know this isn't gospel. I know the song isn't gospel in retrospect, but at the time, I really thought like gospel pop was going to become a new thing because of the song.
Agree.
Yeah, great song.
Again, I'll talk about it too because I'll bleed right in. It's actually my number 4 pick too, so it works out perfect. My number 4 again, like a prayer. Again, I think the biggest thing for me in this video was when this was, I think, the first time we saw Madonna with dark hair, right?
Yep, the brown hair.
So she looks so different. I think she looked so much better this way. this is to me the best she's looked in a video. I thought it was great video. Obviously, like you said, super controversial. I don't have MTV at this point yet. 89. I still don't even have MTV. So I even forget where I saw it the first time. It might have been like, you remember Friday night videos?
Of course.
Channel 4, NBC, Friday night videos, that little scrolling Friday night videos logo. I remember.
Tonight on Friday Night Videos.
Like it was yesterday. I would wait, and I think they were on pretty late at night too. Friday night videos, right?
I think 12:30.
Right. So I only had two spots to watch videos. It was Friday night videos and U68. And U68 wasn't playing, not the time I was watching U68. It was I was watching Thor and Raven, but Madonna wasn't being played.
There's a connection between one of our absolute favorite singers, one of our favorite groups of all time, and Madonna. Donnie V.
Oh, really?
There is I'm gonna censor as much as I can here. Donnie V had a tryst, a one night stand with Madonna, when she was just coming up, and Enough's Enough. Even though they didn't release an album until 89, they were big in California or not,
right.
Chicago, wherever.
Right.
Because that demo, Hollywood Squares, came out in 1985.
Right.
Enough was even a big deal back then. And Donnie V and Madonna had a hookup, and oh God, I don't know how to word. Let's just say Donnie V was finished, but he had to use the bathroom afterwards.
Yes.
I can't spell it out.
I can only imagine what you're talking about, and I don't love it. How do we know this story?
Howard Stern book, The Private Parts, is where.
So what? Donnie told Howard
on the radio show, the Howard Stern radio show. Even Howard Stern had to change the story, so he changed it to saying that he peed on her. But in the book, it's even more graphic than you can imagine.
What the hell? And has Madonna ever commented about this?
No, not to my knowledge.
Why the hell didn't you bring up that story when we had Donnie on?
I might have alluded to it, and he didn't take the bait.
Oh, I didn't know this. I would have definitely asked him about this. This is great.
In the Howard Stern book, he's saying that during the interview that he said, if he would have stayed with Madonna for a long time, and if the relationship progressed, would he have considered moving on to like a number 2?
Oh, God. All right. On that note,
you never read the Howard Stern book, Private Parts?
No, I never read it.
Oh, well.
I remember when that movie came out. It was the same year that Phantom Menace came out, and you were positive that movie was going to be the biggest movie of all time.
But Private Parts?
Yes.
I did love it.
I remember you telling me, oh, the new Star Wars is nothing. The new Howard Stern movie is going to be the top grossing movie of all time. I remember you telling me that. You were close.
Oh, the first Star Wars, that was, I did not like it when I first saw it.
Oh, I love that movie.
The good guys weren't that
No, it was, listen.
The charisma was nothing. And the bad guys weren't that bad.
Listen, I'm a big Star Wars buff, and I understand why people don't love it. It was too political. It was very, all the stuff going in, all the intertwining stories. I loved it because I was really deep into Star Wars still, but I get why it didn't capture that Star Wars fan base. There were no great heroes. Darth Maul was great, but he was in it for 5 minutes. So I understand what you're talking about, but being a massive Star Wars fan as I was, I had a bootleg of this movie as soon as it came out. Chinatown, New York City, I would go grab my bootlegs immediately as soon as they came out. And I swear to you, I watched this movie every single night going to bed for almost a year.
All right, so you by now would understand all the politics and the tariff and everything.
Yes. It took me about 80 watches to really figure everything out, but I love it.
Have you ever seen a movie called Fanboys?
Oh, yes, of course. Great. Unbelievable. When they get the what if it stinks?
Well, it's one of them is dying, and they're gonna
Right.
break into the George Lucas ranch to see the movie.
But is he really dying or are they lying? I don't remember.
Uh, I think he really was dying.
Okay.
But do you remember who gave them the keys to the ranch? Who had the secret keys?
I
Like
don't
they-
remember. Was
they
it
had
one of the
keys- It was Shatner.
Yes, that's right. I gotta watch that movie again. That was great. But it ends. I remember it ending. They do everything to try to see the preview of this movie before their friend dies. And they get in, they commit a million crimes and all this stuff, and they finally do it. And doesn't it end with, but oh my God, we didn't think of something. What? What if it stinks?
Great.
Great movie. All right. Back to you, because my number 4 was also Like a Prayer.
All right, my number 3. Get into the groove. You gotta prove your love
Yeah.
to me.
Get into the groove, boy, you got to prove your love to me. Get up on your feet, yeah, step to the beat, boy, what will it be? Music can be such a revelation. Dancing around, you feel the sweet sensation.
I didn't love it when it first came out, but years later, I realized that this is one of her best songs. It really is freestyle music, and freestyle was a big music at this time, but it really didn't have any big hits, like number 1 songs.
Right.
This was, I think, it went to number 2. This song,
What album is Into the Groove?
man, I think it
First
might,
record?
no, this is like an EP. I think I don't think it's on
Oh.
any.
Okay.
I think it's on the same EP as "Causing a Commotion."
Oh, really?
Another song that's like forgotten to history.
That's
was a-
true. You're right. Into the Groove. Let me see if I see it anywhere. No, I only see greatest hits. No, that's a good one. I like. What does this say? Nope. Yeah, I don't know what album it's on. Yeah, that's a good one. I actually love that song. I'm a little jaded on it now because I've been in so many 80s like cover bands and stuff, and a lot of the bands played that song, and I'm just a little sick of it. So, but I do like it. But when it comes on, like, when when I have to learn material for like shows and bands and stuff, I have to process it and listen to it so much that it kind of taints it for me after a while, which is a shame.
Yeah, understandable.
Good pick. All right, my number 3. Love, love, love this song. Literally just listening to it again in the shower before. Also from Like a Prayer, 1989's Like a Prayer. Cherish.
Cherish the thought of always having you here by my side. Oh, baby, I cherish the joy you keep bringing it into my life. I'm always singing it. Cherish the strength. You got the power to make me feel good. Oh, baby, I perish the thought of ever leaving. I never would.
So almost it was my top 3 have been flip-flopping all day. I didn't know which I was going to go with. Cherish, the one I have at 1, I know it was my number 1. I had to keep it there. But Cherish, just again, listen, I love pop music. I love pop sensibilities. I love catchy choruses. To me, I've said it a million times on the show. Music is groove and melody. Everything else doesn't mean anything. It doesn't matter if you're country, you're pop, you're hip hop, you're reggae, you're death metal, you're this one. If you have groove and a catchy melody, to me, you have a great song. And Cherish is all of it. Great, just a great song. What about that, Aaron? What did that reach? Anything? Did it chart?
Yeah, it definitely charted. I'm thinking number 3, but I am not positive on this one.
Any video for this? I don't remember a video.
Well, sure, she's rolling around on the beach.
Oh, you're right.
Should I be embarrassed how quickly I answered that?
Yes, that was a little weird. I'll edit that out if your wife will get mad at you.
No, but it's come on, we all had a crush on Madonna. No, I mean, you mentioned when she changed her hair brown. For me though, it was even back when she first came out. I thought she was so pretty.
Yeah, well, I'll talk about where I really started thinking she was cute but mine's coming up. I'll tell you later. But yeah, I wasn't into, again, I never liked that type of girl. I always liked dark hair and darker skin, but Madonna was a little too early on, a little too, I don't know if I want to say the word trashy, but a little too punk and trashy for me. And again, obviously, I'm 9 years old, so
Oh, yeah.
when she first came out, I was only 9. So
I was 13.
right, so it's a big difference. Yeah.
I was at the right age.
Right.
Exactly.
All right, what do you got? Number 2.
My next 2 songs are both from the first album. My number 2 is a song called "Burning," and I think the first Madonna record is one of the first albums I ever owned. Believe it or not, I didn't even buy it. My dad came home with it.
Really?
Yeah, with a new record by the record store. That people were saying, "Oh, this is going to be a big deal. This record."
What's the cover of the first record? Just her face?
Just her face. Yeah.
Okay.
Close up. Yeah. Well, the first Madonna album though, 5 singles from only 8 songs. First of all,
What are the 5 singles?
Lucky Star,
Yep.
Burning Up, Holiday,
Oh, Holiday, yeah.
Everybody,
What's
And-
Everybody?
Everybody, Get Up and Dance and Sing.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
And there's one more which I don't want to name yet because it's coming up for my number 1.
Why would there were only 8 songs on the first record?
Yeah.
I don't really know. Does Madonna have like a documentary out, like of her history and how she came up through the ranks? And is there something out about Madonna?
I don't think so.
How could there not be?
Oh, maybe there will be one day.
Let's make it, Ern.
Sure, I'll give her a call. But one more thing about Burning Up, about the lyrics. This was a pretty dirty song for a 13-year-old me.
I can imagine.
Do you want to see me down on my knees, bending over backwards now? Would you be pleased?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I'm not like the others. I'll do anything.
Now I know why your dad brought that album home.
I'm not the same. I have no shame.
Your dad was probably in Sam Goody and he heard that song come on. He's like, I'll take one of those, please.
Also, this one does have a bit of a hard rock guitar in the chorus. The down, down, down. I'm burning.
Was there
up.
a video for this, Ern?
Oh yeah.
All 5 of those songs were videos?
I don't remember a video for Everyday or Holiday.
Holiday, I think there was a video.
Too long ago. I can't think of it.
Neither. If there is one, I'll put it in now. All right, my number 2. This is so I'm 10 years old now, but this video, and again, who the hell knows where I saw it? I must have seen it on Friday Night Lights again. On Friday Night Lights. Friday Night Videos. We're talking to Dean too much as Stuart Friday Night Lights. I'm gonna try to get Riggins to send him a FaceTime message or something. He'll have a heart attack.
I think he'd rather have Layla.
Let me tell you something. If I asked him right now, he might rather have Riggins. He loves Riggins.
All right.
You know what? We're gonna ask him that when we get off. If you had a choice, who do you want a message from? So my number 2. Not only do I love the song, but the video was so great. I think I used to videotape on my VCR Friday night videos, and I would, watch them over and over again. And Material Girl, her in the pink satin dress and almost like Marilyn Monroe, esque in the video, just so great. Great, great video, great song, just super catchy, especially for a 10-year-old boy.
She's actually doing a Marilyn Monroe scene. She's recreating. Yeah,
What was that from?
I think diamonds are a girl's best
Girl's
friend.
best friend. Right. You're right. But what a great, I mean, again, I don't even, I'm 10 years old. I don't know who the hell Marilyn Monroe is, but now looking back, I understand, oh, she was almost like the modern day, Marilyn Monroe for our time.
Well, Material Girl is a new wave song. If
Right.
you have to the genre, and it's a great one. It's a great one. It came close on my list. It really did.
What did that reach, Ern?
I think it never hit number one. It was like number two.
Wow.
There was something that kept it off. That was number one for like a long time, so it like didn't have a chance. Maybe When Doves Cry.
Right. I was just going to say, so you're talking 1984. Listen, I know we're biased because we're from the 80s. That's when we grew up. That's when everything was peaking for us. But some of the music in the 80s, the competition in the 80s, you have, at the same time, you have Springsteen, Prince, Madonna, Michael Jackson, all of these people releasing records, battling for number one. Oh, and then you also have like Def Leppard and Bon Jovi and all these other bands come. It's incredible the fighting that people did for that number one slot. It really is. What a great time for music.
One of those guys you mentioned never had a number one hit.
Prince? No.
Prince had a five.
Springsteen never had a number one?
Springsteen never had a number one song.
Born to Run, Born in the USA?
Nope. Born in the USA was top 10. Dancing in the Dark was the closest with number two.
Wow. But Born in the USA was what, 84?
Yeah.
So what's 84? We got Like a Virgin, Born in the USA,
Purple Rain.
Purple Rain. So Michael Jackson didn't have an album in 84, but Thriller was still big in 84. Still charting probably, right?
Thriller's still big now, so yeah, it was still big in 84.
And you also had like She's So Unusual, right? Cyndi Lauper's 84.
I think that's 82. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think 82 or 83. 83. She's So Unusual.
Right, but again, when it's released in 83, it's probably still charting in 84. What about Huey Lewis Sports?
That, once again, I think that's 84.
Right. So again, 80. Did we ever do 84? 1984 albums?
Yeah.
Oh, we did. I would assume Purple Rain, possibly both of our number ones. I don't remember.
I gave you a long list of the 80s that we didn't.
You're right. Yeah, we'll start doing that again. We do. It is almost time for our semi annual best album of a year, top 5 albums of a certain year. We got to do it. We got to pick like a weird year. Like instead of I love the 80s, of course, but we got to pick like a weird year.
All right. People wondering why me and you are talking about Madonna, and the real answer is we running out of ideas.
That is not. Stop it. That is we can never top 5 lists. Listen. When we first started this show, that's why I was just talking to someone about this the other day. That's kind of why we went with this kind of topic, top 5 list, because listen, I have a lot of pop culture things that I love. I love Kiss. I love comic books. I love Star Wars. I love, obviously I'm a big sports fan, especially, Yankees, Rangers, Giants. I love all this stuff. I love wrestling, but I wouldn't want to limit myself to do a show every week about one of these topics. And I think you're the same way. I think we have so many common interests about so many things in our life. I didn't want to limit these things because then it really limits not only what we could talk about, but what guests we can have on. And to me, this podcast started, we started during COVID. And the main thing we do here is hang out. We hang out. We have a couple of drinks, even though you're drinking Heineken Zero. When the doctor's on, he drinks a pint of whatever he's got, Old Mary's cough syrup, whatever he's got. And
he drinks all of us.
Right. But it's great to just hang out. We never get to see each other. Well, we see a little bit too much of you, Ernie, with the vomit, but we don't see each other as often as we once did. And we get together with Steve and Snyder and Greg and Billy and all these guys that we haven't seen in a long time. And it's fun to hang out. And we can create topics around people we have. So that's why, to me, Top 5 is the perfect podcast because we could never run out of topics. We could list our top 5 favorite insects, and it'd be a good show because it doesn't matter what we're talking about. Because even now, our Madonna songs are great. We're talking about Madonna, but we're reminiscing about the Hamptons. We talked about literally losing a whole club coming out of a club one night. That I would never even have thought of that story unless you brought up Ray of Light and brought up CPI. So that's why we're here.
I'm convinced. We're great.
All right. That leads us in already. Oh, this is a beautiful show. When we don't have the guests and these morons on to clutter our thoughts, Ernie, we bang through these in 45 minutes. All right, let's recap. We're up to your number 1. We got number 5, Ray of Light. Number 4, Like a Prayer. Number 3, Into the Groove. Number 2, Burn It Up, Burn It Up. Burning Up for Your Love, Ernie. And your number 1 Madonna song of all time is...
This was easy. A Borderline.
Really?
I think this is a great song. I thought it was great when it came out. It happens to be the 5th single from the first album. This is an all-time favorite Madonna song. Cute little ditty about a woman suffering from borderline personality disorder. Believe it or not.
Is that what it's about?
I only found out when I was researching this podcast that's what
Hold on a
this is
second.
about.
Tell me what it's about again.
It's about a woman suffering from borderline personality disorder. Matter of fact, when she came out with this, doctors wrote her letters thanking her and saying how she has done a service to the psychological community with this song.
But
I know.
Who the hell knew this at the time?
I know I didn't. I just found this out recently.
There's no way any fans knew this. And she didn't, I can't imagine she was coming out talking about this yet back then, right?
Not to my memory.
I had no idea Madonna had any deep lyrics like that, especially early on.
But this is a great song. Don't you agree?
Oh, I love it. Love this song. It's on my honorable mention. I got to tell you, I love that we only had one duplicate. I was afraid when you told me this topic, I said, oh, well, we're going to have a lot of duplicates here. And I'm surprised. I mean, my number 1, you're going to tell me if it was a hit or not. I don't know if it was a hit, but it's a little bit of an oddball. But I thought it was going to make your list, and I'm super happy that it didn't because I thought you were going to steal it early. Any guess what my number 1 is? You have any guess?
You're not sure if it was a hit?
I mean, I don't remember what a hit. I think it was definitely a single, but I don't know how it charted and stuff like that. I don't know. At the time, I don't know what's a hit and what's not a hit.
How would you even know it if it wasn't a hit?
Right. Exactly. Good point. Well, let me tell you what it is. Do you have any guesses first?
You want to give me a year?
85.
85. 85. Who was that girl?
No. Oh, that's a good one too.
Crazy for You?
So let me recap my 5.
Okay.
Number 5, Angel. Number 4, Like a Prayer, just like you. Number 4, Cherish. Number 2, Material Girl. And number 1, my number 1 Madonna song of all time, you just said it, Crazy for You.
Swaying room as the music starts, strangers making the most of the dark. 2 by 2 their bodies become one.
Oh, that's a number one hit.
It is
Yeah, number one. Yeah.
not on a record, only on the soundtrack, right?
Vision Quest.
The Vision Quest soundtrack. What? By the way, totally forgot about that movie. Might possibly have to go rewatch that tonight. I used to love that movie. Again, being a wrestling fan back then, even amateur wrestling for this movie, I loved this movie as a kid. You like this movie?
Yes. Oh, come on. It was it had a soundtrack with Madonna and Dio.
What was the Dio song on this?
Hungry for Heaven.
What a title. Crazy for You by Madonna and I'm Hungry for Heaven. Dio. But God, what a great, this is, as soon as you said this topic, immediately, this was my number one song. Crazy for You. To me, it's what a perfect ballad. I had no idea that it was, again, back then, I don't know what a number one, I don't even know what that means, a number one song. I'm 10, 11 years old at this point. But Crazy for You, even then, again, me being it's funny, like me being a rock guy growing up. And even now, like when I talk to people about this type of music, even this podcast, you'll see we'll get comments about this podcast. Even now, when I tell people how much I love, especially 80s pop, I love all pop. I love boy band stuff from the 90s. I love all pop music. Big Mariah Carey fan, love Whitney, love all pop music. I just love singable songs. And again, always love ballads too. So Crazy for You, easily, not even close, my number one.
It's a great song.
Oh, let's do a couple beautiful honorable mentions, Ryan. What do you got?
Oh, this is more of a personal thing, but when Holiday would come on at the Culture Club, I would do this spoken word like William Shatner thing, and it would just to crack Zemish up. It's Zemish never laughs, so I just crack, and it would make him laugh. So I would do it every time. So I'm in the middle of Culture Club going, if we took a holiday, and I got it seems like I could do a booming voice. So I'm over the music and everything. Just some time to celebrate.
Tell people what was Culture Club.
It was probably one of the first reminiscing type of clubs where they would only play 80s music, and everything inside of it was 80ish,
right.
fashion.
It was an 80s club in Manhattan. I literally lived around the corner from it, so it was, oh my God, it was perfect. It was right on 7th Avenue and King Street, I believe, or it was even technically Varick Street at that point. But I lived right on Carmine and Bleecker. I literally walked. You guys used to come to the city, meet me at my apartment, and we'd walk over. Really, this is probably pre-Hamptons, right, Ern?
Oh yeah, this is
mid 90s, right?
Yeah, I can figure out the year. Yeah, Hamptons was happening at this time,
right? But obviously, this is winter stuff. We'd go to Culture Club primarily in the winter, where we had no Hamptons.
Yeah.
Well, my favorite Culture Club story of all time. I don't know if we spoke about it on the. Did we talk about this on the Ernie episode?
Is it me throwing up again?
Of course. So again, obviously, all beautiful stories start with Ernie vomiting. We're uptown at Sutton Place.
Yeah.
Uptown in Manhattan. Where's that? Where was that place? In the 50s, 80s? Where was that?
It was on Sutton Place. That's all.
It was uptown.
Yeah.
And we're out drinking, and Ernie, for the very first time, and I don't know, one of us was drinking it, I guess, tastes Stoli vanilla vodka and what, 7-Up or ginger ale, what?
Stoli V and 7-Ups.
Stoli, yes, Stoli V and 7. Stoli V and 7. Ernie has pint glasses of Stoli V and 7, and he has a regular straw in it, and he's going, sucking as hard as he can, drinking the whole pint glass in one drink.
It's so delicious.
He couldn't believe, because Ernie's not a notorious, alcohol drinker. He never loved the taste of beer, never loved this, never loved that. He found something that he couldn't resist. and he was guzzling this stuff. Was that the night they asked you about, you said how many shots fit on that tray?
I think that might have been a different night. Don't think so.
Anyway.
Yeah.
So Ernie is destroyed. But the plan was we were literally just meeting at Sutton Place for a couple drinks, and then we were going to Culture Club all the way downtown for the rest of the night. Ernie's destroyed before we even leave Sutton Place. We go on the train. You were a mess on the train. Do you remember?
I was singing to some girl with purple hair.
Yes. Purple Rain, I'm assuming we were singing? I don't remember.
Yeah.
On the train. He's singing to girls on the train. Hammered. We get to Culture Club. I don't even know if you even ordered a drink there, but about 10 minutes in, we used to always go early. Why did we go so early to Culture Club? Was there a drink special?
Yeah. Oh, there was a for the first 2 hours, it was like $40 all you can drink, or $35 all you can drink.
Yes, but it was like starting at like 8:00.
Yeah. You gotta have the bracelet.
The bracelet, yes. So Sutton Place started at like 5:30 because we'd go after work. We'd meet Billy. We'd go to Culture Club by 8. This is an early night. All you can drink for $40, whatever it was, with the wristbands. Ernie pays the $40. I don't even know if he had a drink. He's laying on the bar like this, and all of a sudden, all of our drinks on the bar start moving. We're like, what the hell is happening? He's laying on the bar and just vomiting.
Constantly vomiting, yeah.
But not moving. Not even making a sound. Like not going, like at my house, like you sounded like someone was murdering you. You were just, I think you were unconscious and just going like this. And it was just going like this.
And it was causing a river. And that's where the drinks were floating.
And there was a lip on the bar all the way around, like a 2 or 3 inch lip. So the vomit actually caused like a semi-pool, like a little pool. And it was like everything was just started floating on the bar because the whole bar was Ernie's vomit. Now we had about 3 inches of Ernie vomit on the bar, so the drinks just started floating. And that's when we said, okay, we got to get you out of here. Bobby, our good friend Bobby Balls, volunteers to take you home in a cab. Right? We walk you out, put you in a cab. Bobby Balls is in the cab. Bing, bing, bing. We're good. Ernie's going home. What happens?
I kept opening the door while the cab was moving to vomit. And obviously, this is before seatbelts and everything. Obviously, he has to stop the car every time or I'm going to die. I'm going to fall out and die. So he tries to bring me to the precinct at one time, but then he decides just to bring us back to the club and he just drops us off.
I don't even remember that. He tried to bring you to the police precinct?
Yeah.
So after about a half an hour, we're at the bar, we're hanging out, we're all drinking. We turn around, Bobby Balls is there. We're like, Balls, how are you back already? You drove Ernie to Brooklyn and you're back already? No, he's out. He's out in the cab still. We're back.
No, the cab. I was out on the sidewalk.
On the sidewalk,
up against the tree, some little tiny tree outside, dying.
And then did Billy take you home and you proceeded to vomit out the window, right?
If it was the same night, then yeah. But I head hang out the window the whole ride, and the vomit started peeling the side of the paint.
It was like acid. It was like the aliens from Alien when they would spit and they would spit the acid and it would just eat through the ship. That was Ernie's vomit. Ernie's head was hanging out the window of the cab over the Brooklyn Bridge, and he just and the guy's like, no, my cab. And Billy's like, nah, it's out the window. You're fine. No, it's not even touching your cab. They pull to the house in Brooklyn. The whole side of the cab is like the side of Kanicki's car in Grease Lightning in Greece when they destroy the car with the knife. It's completely destroyed. Paint, everything's peeling off the side of the car.
Billy took a look at it. The guy asked him to take a look. Is it a mess? Billy's like, oh, it's 100% fine. It's fine. Go ahead.
Go ahead, get out of here. Get out of here. Good one. I don't even know how he got to that story, but I know how. Culture Club.
Yeah.
All right. So, what else you got? One more honorable.
I guess I gotta choose White Heat. It's got Cagney for the first half a minute.
I don't know that. I don't know it at all. I don't know the song at all.
You know the scene from White Heat when he discovers that one of the gang members is an undercover cop,
Yes.
and Cagney thinks it's his most hysterical thing in the world that he got tricked successfully. The first half of this song is no music; it's just playing that song, playing that scene, yeah, on audio.
Hold on a second. Are you? Oh, I'll look it up afterwards. Really
It's on the True Blue album.
interesting. Yeah, I got a couple. Again, we talked about a lot of these. One we didn't mention, and I know it's such a big hit, but you can't deny what a great song "Like a Virgin" is. I mean, to me, as I know you said, the first album had all these hits and 5 singles and blah blah blah. "Like a Virgin" makes Madonna, right?
Yeah, it was number one for like
Yeah.
3 years.
I mean, this song is
It's
the
number one for a
song.
lot of weeks. Yeah.
This is the song that breaks her. I mean, I know she was already kind of a star, but not like she became after "Like a Virgin." Incredible song. And another song, I think we spoke about it briefly, "Lucky Star." Did we talk about it early?
Lucky Star is one of the it's the first song on the first album, actually.
Just a great song. Again, it's Madonna, really at her best, so innocent at that time. Just, well,
Yeah.
not innocent, but you know what I mean. Just her sound was very innocent and raw. Great song.
I'll tell you, side one of the first Madonna album, Lucky Star, Borderline, Burning Up. It's only 4 songs on it. It's
Wow.
a great starting point.
Incredible. Yeah, listen, again, this is why I love to do topics that, normally we don't think of, but even just whenever we do a topic like this, we did the Twisted Sister topic, we did the Enough's Enough topic, we do all these topics, it immediately sends me on a path all week long of listening to this music. Like I have a new Madonna playlist I've been listening to all day, and I'll listen to it all week just because it's something that, I'm always looking for stuff to listen to. Obviously, very rarely am I looking to get new stuff because I don't gravitate towards new stuff that much. But I'm always looking even for old stuff, and Madonna just never crosses my mind. So now that we're talking about this, I will go in and start diving into her catalog, especially White Heat. I want to go listen to that right now.
If your band actually ever does get to play another show, I have a Madonna song that you should open with.
What?
The name of the song is "This Used to Be My Playground."
No. Oh, I know that song. What a great idea.
A great
Right.
introduction.
I'm writing it down. This was a good one. See, listen, again, I'll say it a million times. Topic means nothing. Just bullshitting, hanging out, telling stories. That's what I love to do. And we just happen to have a great topic today. Top 5 Madonna songs. Tell us what you think of our lists. Send your emails to top5withjoeycassata@gmail.com. Let us know what you think of our picks. Send us your favorite Madonna songs. If you're a big Madonna fan, I'm sure we did not go deep enough for you. Tell us some deep hits. I love to hear from you guys when we do topics like this that, we're not that, we're not experts on at all. I love to hear from you, and you tell us, you guys got to go listen to these songs. So please, big Madonna fans, if you're listening, give us some deep cuts to listen to. Am I right, Aaron?
Well, as you said, the topic don't mean something. This show has something that makes it great, and that's me.
Well, with a body like that, Ernie, who needs hair? Again, you can buy our merch on Amazon.com. Type in Amazon.com. Type in Joey Cassata. You'll see all the top 5 merch. You'll see the Ernie shirt. You'll see the Doctor shirt. You'll see my shirt. You'll see the top 5 logo shirt. You'll see a playground shirt up there, baby, from the old band. You'll see our world tour dates on the back. Even you can get some Z-Rock stuff up there. You can, of course, get my books, get all the stuff. Hopefully, the new Ace album will be out soon. You'll hear all the tracks that I laid down this week. It's phenomenal. I really believe it's his best work since his 78 solo album. I mean, I love his first solo album as well with Frehley's Comet, which is great, but I really believe some of these songs are his best. It's absolutely killer. He's singing, he's playing his ass off on this. Our buddy Steve Brown is co-writing and co-producing with him, doing a phenomenal job. I think that's a relationship those two are going to have for a very, very long time. Ernie, any last words?
Nope. I'm excited to hear that you're in Kiss now.
Almost. Pretty close. I mean, listen, like I left that at Steve's house the other night, and I told Steve, I said, listen, if you would have told 5-year-old Joey or 10-year-old Joey or 15-year-old Joey or 40-year-old Joey that he would be playing with Ace on his new record one day, I would have shit my pants. So things are good, Ernie. Life is good.
Incredible. It's an incredible news. I'm excited too.
I can't wait for you to hear it.
Me neither.
I would invite you over, but you're still banned for 2 more years.
So excited I can't even stand up.
Oh, good God. On that note, everyone, good night.